So the irony of the whole situation is that 1 year ago, Paul O'Hanlon, Jim McLaughlin from the Marine Action Group, on behalf of Marine Queensland, inspected the tavern building as part of the expressions of interest process. Now, the council officer then was, as he is now, was Robert Weil, and he said to these fellows that the building is structurally sound. Now, the council has been looking after the building since then, and now they're saying it's not structurally sound, so what have they done to it? We haven't had any cyclones, we haven't had any termites, all we've had is a lot of spin. And we don't believe the council, we don't trust the council. So what we would like to restore public confidence in this Gold Coast City Council is for an independent assessment of that building. That's what we're calling for. Now, we're asking the state government to step in. If the council won't do it, we're asking the NBI to step in. We know that up in North Stradbroke Island she's not too welcome there at the moment, but if she came down to Tipplers, she'd get a hero's welcome if she did something about Tipplers, wouldn't she? You're right. Yeah.
And the other message is you might as well ring your councillor, SMS him or email him to let them know whether you want this building to be demolished. If they don't step in as well, the building will go. So let's give it our last shot and let's do it straight away. So if you haven't got the email address for your councillor or their phone number, you can ask me and I'm happy to provide you with that.
Okay. And I was also, I was told that the councillors, I was invited to meet with all councillors when they came back from recess in May. However, the bulldozers are due to go right through that building as soon as the Easter campers leave, which is before councillors come back from recess. So May will be too late. And we cannot wait till they come back from recess. The demolition has to be put on a hold right now. It can't be going ahead. Not until we've all met and discussed it.
If there's anything to be condemned, it's the Gold Coast City Council. It's not the Tipplers Tavern.
And it's not just about us. It's about process. It's about accountability. Council's recently admitted it's failed to communicate. Why does it keep trotting out the same discredited stories about what went on in this place? So what we need to do is ask the question, do we trust this council? What's your answer? No! And that's the way it should be with the words.
Alex?
Yeah. Have you been through there, Alex?
That's right.
Oh, so we got rid of the beautiful tree.
Do you agree with the demolition
For
order?
money making, for a development somebody wants to do. You can't sell it.
He's a short
And I just as
You're worrying that the moment holidays are over, you've got a week to do this.
they pick up themselves in this episode.
Okay, and the last message is have a great Easter. That's it.
All right, for the news. Rick O'Dell.
I'd just like to see the supposed demolition orders that they've got with Mr. Ford. Are they secret documents? Is there a war on? Is there something that
Well,
no
I
one
think
should
we need
know
to do
about?
more than see those. We need to throw them away and get the builders that can tell us we can fix it.
Yeah.
We can fix it.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie, are you prepared to get in front of the bulldozers, please?
Yeah, I will, guys.
Actually, I'd rather put Grant 4 in front of the bulldozer.
Grant's a bit chicken liver.
I will. But look, the first step, as I said, we've got to get the administration to stop its demolition order, and then we've got to go back to the drawing board and find a way of having this refurbished. And I think you can do it.
Yeah.
But I need those builders to stay on board, Bob.
Well, Tipplers is part of our heritage, and what we should be doing is everything we can possibly do to preserve that heritage. And the council's not doing what they can to get rid of it. And it's all to do with a position of discrimination against all of you people here who have enjoyed it over the years. We've got to fight. We can't let them have their way.
Well, one of the
Been up for 2 years. About 2 years.
well, one of the key issues was council saying there's an underhand is saying that this place is run down and take too much to fix. Have a look down the road here, Christmas and Easter time, 500 to 1,000 there, and the amenities have been since day dot. They've never been put up, cleaned up, nothing. And there is an absolute bank account sitting down there if people do the right thing with the council, put some barbecue areas in, make it into some nice parkland so everyone can then will enjoy it.
There is a concept that we did. We're not going to count. You can't. There are ways forward, and there are some concepts that we have as a way forward. If council chooses to listen, there's an idea that if you put the whole 300-metre long precinct that is Tipplers, if you put it under a whole not-for-profit banner, so you have no one profiting, like, you know, lining their pockets or anything from it. So you keep the Tipplers Tavern building, you have it open for business ASAP, and the money that comes in from alcohol sales and food sales and kiosk sales, a percentage of those profits goes to fund the educational components, the marine safety and the environmental rehabilitation of the site. And in time, if you have it under a not-for-profit banner, there are state and federal and even international grants available, and you can actually build a proper education centre away from the alcohol area, put the education centre up where Club B used to be, right beside the campgrounds. That would be perfect.
Amanda has worked for months. Amanda has worked for months, given all the time to bring through a proposal that is going to stop the money draining out of the ratepayers' purse. But the council won't look at it. Grant Ford got up at a council meeting and said Amanda's plan was going to cost $60 million. Now that's the biggest load of codswallop I've ever heard. The actual plan was looking at spending $16 million initially and $4 million out of profits as time goes on. I find it totally irresponsible that somebody should say that a $20 million plan in the long term was going to cost $60 million. I mean, this is wrong. This is the councillor who was supposed to be representing this area. And what we say is we need a new councillor, and we've encouraged Amanda to step forward and take over the job so we can get some outcomes.
You also need another 7 councillors on top of that to get the decision. You need 8 councillors to get your Tipplers back.
Well, we're working on that, Eddie.
There's an update on what Keith said about the plan. The plan that was initially done, we didn't think that the tavern building would still be standing today. We didn't think that we'd be able to, you know, hold it, and that we would have the opportunity to even now still be standing in front of the building and still have a chance to save it. If that could be saved, you could turn it around and bring it back for a fraction of the cost. The design that we put forward even had a new pool, because that pool was too tiny. A new pool, and again, Grant Ford has said that no one's got the expertise to deliver a pool in the island location. No.
Okay, so they've got 200...
A second. And luckily, because I can be a bit of a troublemaker, I got this guy who's the world expert on pools on remote island locations, flew over to Australia and gave us the design and a price. So for $1.6 million you can have a nice lagoon pool over here.
And for $200 million you can have a new accommodation building in Rabina. Anyway, look, I think the message, we've got the message, and look, there's 7 days ahead of us, and I'm going to be putting a lot of effort with Amanda and with Bob Jensen and with Keith to turn this around, but it is going to take the public to have a say as well. Make sure you get on the phone, on the SMS, on the email. All councillors, trust me, you paid for it, all councillors carry one of these. So the moment you send them an email, they've got your message. So you let them know what you want them to do about the resort.
And everyone will pay for it even more, because the funds that paid for this land to be bought, the Open Space Preservation Levy, which council spruiked saying that they had to use those funds and they had to buy it from a risk of future overdevelopment because it had